See 'em? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey y'all, this is Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, this is Dunlap the man, Dirtlap the Dirt Nap, your favorite cousin uncle, the guy who saved podcasting from itself. This is probably the voice you look forward to hearing more than any other voice you've ever heard. Is there a voice you want to hear more than this one inside of your ears? Jackie, what's your favorite voice that you look forward to hearing?
Favorite
More
voice.
than about, like, say, like, this is CNN, like old James Earl, or maybe that's like, let's eat some beef. One of them people who did a cow commercial. Or maybe it's a favorite preacher who got up there and lectured you every week. Or maybe it's your mama or your daddy saying, come on home, son. Whenever you're ready, come on home.
CNN, that Star Wars did that, right?
Yep, that's the one. That's the man.
He comes on there and goes, you watching CNN.
Yep.
He needs to follow that with, you're watching CNN.
Yeah, that's how the noise most people make after they hear that.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, it's not because of him. He's a good actor. I don't like Star Wars, but I seen him in other things. He's a good actor. Jones, that's it. James Earl Jones. I remember
Also,
him.
people make it like, let's talk about what happened to the president today. We've got this and that one, and this one who is a co-conspirator with the president.
Yep.
Like, here we got a reporter. Here we got somebody who worked for Bill Clinton. And let's get Corey Lewandowski out here. Like, why is that's not even a show?
I don't know what it is. If it is a show, it's a show I never want to watch ever again. They pay him too, you know. He gets, like, what's Rick Santorum's job? To go on CNN and you know, talk like an idiot.
Like, if you boycott Chick-fil-A, you're like, well, Chick-fil-A's got people who don't like gays and gay marriage, and they give money to a bunch of Christian stuff that gives money to a bunch of anti-gay marriage. And you're just like, I just don't want to. I just don't want. I know it's clean in there, and they find the whitest kids they can to staff that place, but I just don't want to pay somebody to be anti-gay. CNN must eat Chick-fil-A every day because they have no qualms about it. Now, let's get Santorum on there.
Let's get some. You know what? We got someone that don't like gays. We need some more racists on here. We need more people that don't like Mexicans. What's a payroll like for? Okay, we need 4 Mexican haters.
When they get their HR reports, it's like, well, in the pipeline, we've got some more Mexican haters. We've got arm yankers. We've got woman beaters. We've got people. We've got Kellyanne Conway on it. Do they get paid when Kellyanne Conway comes on CNN? They don't get paid.
They're not supposed to, but who knows?
We were on CNN once a long time ago.
We didn't make a dime off that, no.
Let's just be honest. That may be even worse than the racists and the arm yankers.
I was hoping you wouldn't bring it up. But
like when you say, this, if you're making an argument that CNN has lost all credibility.
We was on in 2007 or 8, something like right then. So it's been, it ain't been worth a darn before or since.
It's been brewing.
What you said, it ain't no kind of show. It is a show. It's a show. It's definitely a show. It's not the news. There ain't no news on CNN. Maybe they do a few minutes of it somewhere on there. Where, I don't know. I ain't ever seen it on there in a long time.
I guess on sports, you get a bunch of old ball players on there to talk about the game they just watched. Then on news, you get a bunch of crooks on there to talk about the crooks you just watched.
Yeah. I don't need to see it. All you need is, you pick your network. I don't know. News used to come on. That's how it used to be. That's all the news you need right there. Is what is it? Come on at 6:30, 5:30, whatever. You watch the local news. I used to watch Channel 5. That's what I watched, Channel 5, CBS. And I didn't need anything else. That's everything I need to know. I just need to hear the news. I don't need to hear, 30 minutes of what Rick Santorum thinks of the news. That's not news. I don't need that. I don't know anybody that does need that, really.
Yeah, the news just became what other people think of the news that you don't like. You don't like the people in the news that are making the news, and you don't like the people they got on there talking about the news.
No. That's what the news is, too. Is they sit on there, they say it's the news, and they talk about what somebody said on the computer.
Half the news is talking about what people tweeted about the news. That's not even talking. That's tweeting. That's not right neither. It's tweeting.
So when you look at all this and what we're discussing here, what you think, it is absolutely no surprise whatsoever that the current president of the United States is President Xi. It all adds up to something, and I guess that's it.
Yeah, back in the day, Jackie, when you were watching Walter Cronkite and you hated the media, you knew who you were talking about. There was an actual media, the people who reported on the news.
Put your glasses back on. Quit being a baby.
Don't raise your eyebrow.
Yeah. Just tell me the damn news. Well, I got a good sponsor on this episode here of a Red State Update podcast. I'm happy to have them back. I had them here last week. They're back again, and I'm thrilled to have them. Now, this is a product that I don't necessarily indulge in and enjoy myself, and we can get in that later. But that's neither here nor there.
Why would you say that when you're starting off?
What?
We've been doing sponsors on here for 6 years, and it just seems like you're already cutting yourself off at the knees.
Well, that's full disclosure. I ain't going to be one of those people that says, I use it every day, and it's great, and I love it. If I don't use it, I don't lie like that. I know that's what people do. People get paid to lie and say stuff like that, but you couldn't pay me no $20 or going to make me tell a lie on here, and I ain't going to do it now. So I don't like it myself, personally. Now, does that mean it's a bad product? No, it just means it ain't for me. There are plenty of people out there that do like it. And let me tell you what, there's a lot of brand new reasons to like this since last week. And this is something I do like about it. This is what I would use it for, although some other people, some of the people use it for themselves. But let me tell you this here. Z-H. Well, don't start. Z-H peppermint pudding. Now, the reason I don't care for this just because the texture and the taste don't go together in my mouth.
It's not the fact that this company is bound to be connected to ZH candy corn.
No, Z-dash. It's got a dash in it. It ain't got an and. It ain't got a paired. It ain't got the two pairs on top of each other. It ain't got a comma or nothing. It's a dash. It's Z-H. That's it. Not ZH, not ZNH, and everything else I just said.
Because ZH candy corn got into the bloodstream of some of our elderly citizens here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Entirely different subject, no reason to bring it up now.
And then also there was the Piedmont scandal, scare, near massacre that occurred from Z and H turkey mustard that almost brought our town to its knees once again.
Oh, hell.
You can hear all about that in recent episodes.
Yes, you can, and everything you're saying is right, but that's two different. What you just said is two different people, and both of those two different people are in no way affiliated with the person I'm talking about.
And who are you talking about?
Z-H.
Completely different.
Z-dash. It's got a dash in it. Yes, it is different. You see the picture on it? It looks different than the other stuff.
Oh, it is a different font. Oh, that's weird. Okay, well, maybe. I guess the thing is, you're saying you don't like the texture in your mouth.
What?
The texture of the peppermint pudding in your mouth.
Well, peppermint's hard. It's like you lick on, suck on it hard. The pudding is soft and mushy, and I like pudding to taste the way you're supposed to, and I like peppermint to be hard and crunchy. You bite, you keep it in your mouth for a long time. Pudding, you don't want to keep in your mouth for a long time. You want to get that down quick. You don't want to sit there and save a pudding for too long, because then, it just gets more ooey and gooey and all that. Two different things. I like pudding just fine, but when I eat pudding, I take a bite and swallow it. Peppermint, I keep it in my mouth and, lick on it, suck on it for a while. It's supposed to last you.
What's your favorite flavor of pudding, if you had to?
I like chocolate pudding. I like butterscotch pudding.
But not a peppermint pudding?
No, I don't. I like peppermint. I like a taste of it, but that's the on the stick. Cane.
You remember pudding
or
pops?
just a little round mint. You know what I mean? You put
like a little, yeah.
Throw it in your mouth, suck on it for a while. It's just there for a little bit. Pudding, you don't keep a bunch of ooey gooey pudding in your mouth. Nobody does.
There were pudding pops, if you remember pudding pops.
Ice cream.
Now,
that's frozen. That's different. You freeze anything, then it's automatically ice cream. That's different. Pudding pops is ice cream. That's not pudding, regular pudding.
What about peppermint ice cream?
Huh?
Peppermint ice cream.
I hadn't had it. I don't eat it.
You don't do ooey gooey?
Huh?
So you will only take peppermint into your mouth if it's hard and ready to be hang on in there for a bit?
Well, that's what it's for, yeah. That's peppermint. You ruin your teeth if you did it that way. If you just throw it in your mouth and just start biting down on something, you're going to ruin your teeth that way. On peppermint, when it's hard like that, you break your damn teeth doing that if you did it all the time.
And so the only thing that bothers you, makes you afraid about this new product.
I ain't afraid of it. I just said it's not for me. It ain't my thing. I don't like it.
Is the mouthfeel.
That's it. I like a taste fine. I don't like it. That taste with that mouthfeel, two different. Those two don't go together in my mouth.
Not the fact that this company is responsible for some of.
It's a different company. That's got nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Have you seen proof that this is a different company besides the font?
The font and the dash. That's all I need. That says plenty right there for me. It's two different things.
It ain't nothing.
Plenty of things have Z and H in it.
What?
Words. All sorts of things has, there's got to be things out there that's got Z and H in it. Don't mean all of it's like it, bad. It ain't Z and H. It ain't ZH. It's Z-H. A different looks different on there. It's all different. And it's peppermint pudding. And just because I don't like it in my mouth doesn't mean you won't like it in your mouth. You may love it. You may want to have all that ooey in your mouth all day long. And if that's the case, you go get you some delicious peppermint pudding. And now, let me explain to you, like I said, I don't want to put it in my mouth. A lot of you will. But I tell you what, I still going to go get me some. And let me tell you why. This is the craziest thing. They gave me some samples and stuff, and I out of the kindness of my heart, I took a bite of it. I knew it right off the bat. It didn't sound like something I'd want. But I just went, not my, But I threw it out back because I figured pudding, it's got creamy cats a lick on it, whatever what. And let me tell you, these cats, they went crazy for this stuff. They just jump in and, roll in and playing and getting it all over their whiskers and face, and they just couldn't get enough of this peppermint pudding. Something's in it. I guess those two things together is something that a kitty cat loves, because these cats just went crazy, playing, running, scratching, when a cat goes crazy, all cats go crazy or whatnot. Well, if you got a cat and you want to watch it go crazy, which why else would you have a cat? Don't make any sense to me. That's what a cat does. You want to see it do it. Go get you some Z-8 peppermint pudding. Put a little bit. You don't got to put a lot. Put a little bit down there, with the cat food or whatever it is, cat treats. And sit back, get your little phone camera out or whatever it is you got to do. to put it up on the computer because hopefully somebody later on will show it to me and that'll get me a laughing.
So, do the cats eat it?
Some of it, I think. They get a lot of them. I mean, it's a little messy. You gotta clean them up, but a cat, you got to clean up a cat anyway every now and then, I guess.
What? No, I don't think
Well, I took
so.
a hose of one out of the back.
No.
They're wild at,
They don't enjoy
wild
that.
cats. Well, I know they don't like it, but they can't have that stuff all over them all day.
So you got to hose them off after?
Well, they were licking it off each other, too. They had it all over themselves. One would lick it. First he'd start helping him, hey, I'm going to clean you up. And then, of course, after he gets 2 or 3 licks, he'd go crazy as hell.
Oh, hell, that's how cat disease spreads.
What?
That's how cat disease spreads.
It ain't no disease. It's
No,
peppermint pudding. Don't
but
start saying things like that.
I'm only saying if I wanted to spread a cat disease, that's how I'd do it.
What?
Put something on there.
Why would anybody want to spread a cat disease?
Dogs.
What?
Dogs would.
No, dogs don't want to.
If I worked for
Cats
dogs.
have disease. No.
Yeah, they do. They
If
don't
all the
give a fuck
cats
about
got if all the cats got sick, they wouldn't have nothing to chase around no more.
Mailmen, cars.
Something they can really catch, which they
rabbits,
shouldn't. I don't
squirrels.
want them to. Yes, rabbits, squirrels like that, but they ain't. They ain't
Dogs
around.
take cats. I know you're trying to be. This is where civility gets you. I know you want dogs love cats.
Some dogs do. Not all dogs love them, but some dogs and cats get along and play and love on one another. I like to see videos of that too. There's plenty of friend dogs and cats, and ain't all dogs out there to get them.
How do dogs react to peppermint pudding?
I ain't got no dogs around here. I ain't been able to find that out. If there was some stray dogs out, they would have got some I would have seen, but it's just all them cats back there.
So you love ZA's peppermint pudding, not because of how it feels in your mouth, which is gross.
Or the taste.
Or the taste
Well,
of
the
it.
taste is fine. Peppermint's fine, but I don't. And the mouth feels fine if it's a different taste. It's just those two you can't put together in my mouth, like I said.
Have you heard from anybody else who has a human who's enjoyed this?
Huh?
Have you heard from a human who likes peppermint pudding?
What do you mean a human?
A person.
I mean, I know these cats are going crazy. I know that much. I mean, I told a couple of people, I said, take them seriously. Because, there's people I know have cats like I do. And I said, take some of this home. And sure enough, they did. And they come back and said, I want 4 more cans of that. Not really a can. I guess you call it a tub.
What do you think this pudding's going to do to these cats? Because judging by the history of
what
ZH,
it's going to do, I see what it's doing. It's making them. What is the thing you put down for cats? The thing, the ashy stuff, whatever it is.
Catnip?
Yeah, it's not ash, but it's like that when you put that down. Instead of that, it's just peppermint pudding. And like I said, they get the licking on it, gets all over their face and
is it going to turn the cats into monsters?
No, it ain't.
Vampire cats, maybe? They going to fly around and
Start saying stuff like this and put a good business, out of business. It's pitiful. It's not doing any such thing.
when the cats eat it, do they turn into landing beacons for
No,
alien invasion that's about to get launched by the...
That's crazy. They just get to acting ornery and like a cat going crazy, like everybody wants a cat to do, to look at it, Funny.
Well, that sounds delicious, Jackie, and heartwarming, and I can't wait to see how your sponsor ruins Christmas here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. That's Z&H.
Shut your mouth. No, it ain't Z&H. It is not. It's Z-H. Peppermint pudding for the holidays. I don't know. They may start making it year-round now for cats because cats don't know Christmas from, Thursday. But for now, right now, it's a holiday thing. Peppermint pudding, get you some. If you like that sort of taste and you like that sort of mouthfeel and you like that, which I do like the taste. I do like a mouthfeel. I do not like it all in one thing. I want my pudding to be pudding. I want my peppermint to be peppermint. That's just me. But you may love it. But I guarantee you, even if you don't, your cats will. Z-H peppermint pudding. Get you some for the holidays. Get your cat a treat. Watch him go crazy. Like I said, take your little phone out and get a little video, put it up, let me see it later.
Jackie,
Huh?
I'm really sort of surprised at you. I know that you're a simple man from the country, from a small town, grew up in a stump of a tree, raised by...
I did grow up no damn stump in a tree. You
raised
know
by
better
an
than
old
that.
hen and a
No, I wasn't raised by a hen. My mom and dad raised me just fine. You know
kindly
that.
hog
Oh, hell.
in George Orwell's Animal Farm.
Huh?
And I know that you ain't nothing but a simple man with simple pleasures who
All right.
grew up loving the Lord. And the Lord's birthday, also known as Christmas.
It's true. You're right about that. Those two things, yeah.
And it shocks me that you have let the love of money into your heart.
Why?
Run out, Jesus.
Oh, hell.
In there just saying, get out of here, Jesus.
You don't know the first
Ain't no
thing
room
about...
in here.
You don't know the first thing about Jesus running in and out of nothing. You don't know nothing about faith or Jesus or Bible or anything, so you got no business talking about it
I know.
any which way.
I know what I just heard, and what I heard was a man turning the spirit of the season, of which Jesus is the reason of, is Christmas time, and that's a time to think about giving and letting Jesus into your heart.
Well, that's what you said is fine. Yeah, that's what it is.
But what I
must
just
have read
heard
that
was
somewhere, but
somebody give me $25. So my job today is to talk and not mention Jesus once.
hell.
I didn't hear you say. I don't think I heard you say. Maybe I was dozing off, but I didn't hear you say the words "Happy Birthday, Jesus" one time.
that wasn't my place to do it. That's the sponsor time.
It's weird. It's
I'll
December
tell
5th
I'll
and-
tell Jesus happy birthday on his birthday. I don't need to say it right now, and I don't need to say it on here. Whatever I say, Jesus between me and him, and it ain't none of your business whether I say it or not. You don't know the first thing about him one way or the other.
Well, I know that he was born on December 25th. And,
Right?
that's a
And
fact.
then when December 25th rolls around, guess what? First thing I'm going to say as soon as I wake up in the morning, happy birthday, Jesus. It's the first thing you'll hear when I get up.
Well, I hope you get on the podcast and say that to everybody who's been listening, and you've been preaching the gospel of money to
Oh,
them, 'cause
hell. We don't know what the hell you talking about. $20 supposed to keep a computer buttons working or whatever it is. I ain't getting rich off of doing a sponsor every week. I tell you that right now. That's for damn sure.
Well, look, I ain't on here to cause no trouble or to
That's
whatever
all you on here for.
You must, however far you backslid, I'm sure it's something you're comfortable with. And
Shut your mouth.
I'm not going to win you back over to the Lord. I mean, growing up here and living here in Trump America these days, the love of money is obviously the most important thing in most Americans' hearts. We're not living in a country where Bernie Sanders is president.
Well, thank goodness.
I
for
mean,
that,
that'd be
but
terrible another
That'd
way.
be the other way awful, but yeah, still pretty bad.
Can you even imagine that?
Well, it'd be, yeah, but no.
Then just forget I said that. Let's go back to the part where Jackie is a money grubber.
Oh, shut your mouth. I ain't no such thing, and
That's
you know
fine.
damn well I ain't.
That's fine. If you listen to this show, then by now you know Jackie's a money grubber.
No, I ain't, and people know better than that. You're the only one on here saying that. You run your mouth.
He's
You
going to be
showing
a
your
money
butt.
grubber at Easter time and at 4th of July,
Easter.
Independence Day, Veterans Day, all year round. Christmas
do
Day
it.
is no different. That's
You
just...
have to do a sponsor on every one of these. It don't matter what time of year it is. It's just what it is. You want me to quit doing it? Unless you say you come up with $25 to keep it.
I'm not doing sponsors.
Phone
It's
and the
Christmas
computer working
season.
together in here. If you want to do it, then you start paying for it. I won't do any more sponsors. If that's how you feel about it, that'd be fine. I'll just quit. But
Christmas
don't ask me
season
for no damn $20 once a
is
month.
about charity and sincerity and friendship. I'm not doing sponsors this Christmas season. Like the friendship you get at Game Garage with
Well,
Denise and
if
Tino
you ain't gonna do
and
those-
Udwalla
if
are,
you
are
ain't-
waiting on you to come down there and check out their Red Dead Redemption 2, like that
Well,
friendship.
I don't know what the hell you talking about, but you know, if you're going to quit doing sponsors, you're going to have to give me $20. Don't ask none from me. This is your blind idea, so let's see you come up with the money.
Jackie, if you need $25, I'll reach into my pocket and give it to you right now because I'm full of Christian charity.
Oh, hell.
Just like Burry and the gang down at outside
$25 in your pocket you ain't ever hardly have. The only time you got $25 in your pocket is after I give it to you.
Well, Jackie, if you need $25...
I can turn around and give it to myself. That's right. Yeah, I don't need you in the middle of it. I ain't going to hand you $25. You turn around and give it back to me. It was a waste of damn time for everybody.
If you did hand me $25 and I took that down to Nuts and Soup, the Las Casas Parkway's finest nuts and soup shop, it'd go pretty far. But the point is moot because we're not talking about that. That's never going to happen. But what could happen is you go down to Rollover Skate Haven and get gift cards, glitter wheels, and oils and clasps.
Right.
But I'm not here to talk about oils and clasps, the finest of which can be purchased at Rollover Skate Haven. I'm here to talk about charity, a moment of silence maybe for the way the world's going. And Jesus was born to save this world, and look how we turn our backs on it. Money grubbing, preaching against him, devil worship, all signs of which I've seen come from Jackie Bros on this podcast.
Oh,
so maybe
shut
we should
your
just
mouth.
take a moment, just a minute here, to just sort of meditate on the way this world's going. There's not a lot of silence in podcasts. So let's just take a minute here.
Meditate. What?
To think about.
What, being quiet? You gonna pray? What are you gonna do?
Just to let Jesus into your...
You want Jesus to have a laugh. You trying to pray. It'd be
Just
something
be
to entertain
open.
him today.
Just be open for a minute. Just be open, like they're
What?
open at Outside Shoes.
Open.
Burry and the gang gonna be open Christmas Eve.
Who? What?
That felt good, didn't it?
What
Did it feel
did?
good? That minute of silence.
That
where
wasn't a damn minute. What the hell are you talking about? No.
Well, listen, you watch the clock like they do down at Hairnet Central,
What?
where Judy lets her granddaughter Kelsey run a vape juice bar in the back where they're CBD friendly.
What is it?
Folks, no sponsors from me this entire season. Christmas season where Jesus comes in. And I'm looking forward to having more of these little Christ-centered moments
Well, you better
where I don't have to kick anything into the kitty.
find a damn way to come up with $25 to get
As an
get it to
influencer.
you once a week. Because it's going to need
Somebody
it.
who
Because I
cuts deals on the side.
ain't going to pay it phone bill no more to keep all this on.
60 to $80 a pop.
Nope.
Hit me up. Jesus.
What?
That's it. That's my sponsors.
Hey, everybody, Jackie Bros is still on here.
Folks, people, this is Dunlap. If I sound sexier than usual, you'll have to forgive me. I'm battling a little bit of a sickness.
You better not get me sick. If you sick, you can do this on the phone or something. Don't get me sick.
You know, man, you could die.
That's right. It ain't
Oh,
funny.
God.
I got my flu shot. I used to not do it. Then I got the flu and almost nearly killed me. So now I go get it. Yeah, so far, so good.
That was hilarious.
Well, you may not have a flu. I don't know what it is, but I can still get it. So you stay the hell away from me.
Hey, I know exactly. I may not go get no flu shot. It's not because I'm an anti-vaxxer. It's because I don't trust doctors and their science and their make-believe ideas. That's the only medicine I believe in.
Huh?
The cold, hard cash of beers. I feel better already.
Yeah, keep drinking that so you get the feeling all right. Yeah.
I kind of like my voice being like, hey, everybody, hey.
Here, let's bring up to the stage Lady Gaga. She's my girlfriend. I never talked to her before. Now she's going to sing, and she's famous. And now I'm going to go out and just hang myself with my dog.
Right?
That was my Bradley Cooper to that.
Oh,
And a spoiler alert.
You took me to Stars Born. Yeah.
What was your favorite part of Stars Born?
Sam Elliott.
Yep, and the dog.
He was the only one that had the sense in it. Sam Elliott, come on, quit acting up. Act right. Damn it. And, of course, he wouldn't. And he did look like he stunk. I didn't want to be in with he looked like he stinking him all the time. I don't know why any woman, besides money, like,
Sam Elliott stunk or Bradley Cooper stunk?
Sam Elliott don't stink. He smells good. He would smell like aftershave or something. What's his name? Smoking, drugging, and drinking all the time. And always.
He did look like he stunk. But Sam Elliott looked like he stunk a little bit, too. One.
He's in a bathtub once in the movie. I think I saw him in the bathtub. That's it.
They had to add that in because people were worried.
I would be.
He ain't never in a bathtub. He never had a bath. We have to put a bath.
If you got married to him, if you was in love with him, God help you for whatever reasons, bless your poor heart, and not having good choice in men. And the first thing you married him, first thing you going to do, on a honeymoon, you get him straight in the damn bathtub, a shower or something, you going to clean up for this, damn it.
They should do a sequel that's just Sam Elliott and the dog.
Well, I guess you're mine now.
Yeah. I'd watch that. That'd be good.
I guess I'll take his dog out to the desert somewhere.
It'd be better than without all the singing, as far as I'm concerned, if it's him and the dog. Of course, if he wanted to sing to the dog, that'd be fine. I'm sure he got a good singing voice, but either way, if that's part 2, bring it on. I won't see it I don't have to watch this again.
Another way they could make this movie better is if Andrew Dice Clay, when he was talking about, I also used to be sort of a comedian, and then he just went into his old act. Like, hey, here he goes again. He does another, hickory dickory dock. I think that moment has passed.
Which one is him?
He was the dad.
Sam Elliott was the daddy.
No, Sam Elliott was the brother who was old enough to be the daddy, and then the daddy was damn old Andrew Dice Clay.
I thought that Sam Elliott he's an older brother. He went too light on him, and that's what happened.
How does that change the movie for you? What difference does it make?
Well, it don't make a whole lot of difference. I just thought that was his daddy. It seemed like that was his daddy to me.
Actually, why didn't they just make him the dad? That seems like a lot of unnecessary backstory. Like, there was the dad. Why wouldn't just have him be the dad?
I don't know. I guess what? It don't make any sense.
Complicated for no reason.
You had to make his old background or something horrible or bad. His dad had to be a bad person, whatever. Why she drank so much. Let me tell you some people I know grow up just fine, had 2 decent parents, life was good, everything like that, and money wasn't an issue, everything. They still wound up drunk as hell, paying the pants.
On TV? On TV?
I don't know about TV. What's it matter? But I'm saying, you don't have to be, you don't have to suffer this or that or whatever. Some people just want to be, just going to be that way. Period.
Yeah. Being drunk as hell is fun. Peeing your pants is fun.
Well, it is for a little while, yeah. But then after a while,
it gets cold. It gets cold on you.
People get tired of it, yeah.
Your legs get cold. You're like, shit, shouldn't I piss my pants?
All right.
Out in the cold desert on a motorcycle. Sam Elliott, your brother. Cute dog running around.
Well, little girl, she's a good singer. I say that. She got a good voice on her, but I don't know about all that, the dancey stuff or whatever it is. I don't care for that. But it's an okay movie. But besides, peeing the pants part, that I could have done without that. I didn't need to see that. They could have told me about that later.
You wouldn't have wanted to see it if they'd been like, and then Bradley Cooper pissed his pants.
Them coming in the door. They just like, how dare he do that? You peed all over yourself on TV. In his britches, you'd be able to see it. I don't have to watch him while he's doing it. The tacky, I thought.
That would take me right out of it. I'd be like, well, why couldn't they show it?
Well, they did in this. If it's what kind of movie you like a little singing and a little pants peeing, this is a movie for you right here.
Listen, it's a beautiful world. I mean, this sounds like I'm going to say something that's knocking this world, because we're going to spend the rest of the podcast doing that. But I want to say it's a beautiful world because there is somebody that cannot wait for Star is Born to come out on video because they're going to watch Bradley Cooper piss himself over and over and jack off so hard.
All right, shut your mouth.
And that's America, baby.
I don't want to hear it. No.
God bless them.
Just shut your mouth.
God bless them. Oh, these beer and cold meds. Get some beer and some NyQuil. I mean, you don't have to have a cold for that, but it reminds me when I do it. When I do have a cold, like, oh, I need to do this when I feel good.
Yeah.
Hey, Jackie, you been watching the news lately?
Shit. I'm trying not to, but you can't help it. It seeps in one way or the other.
Shit, that Donald Trump's still president. That's
I don't know. First thing first, we need to give our condolences to the Bush family. Daddy Bush, bless his heart, Daddy Bush is now up in heaven crying, hopefully tears of joy, I think.
Well, Barbara Bush is up there, so...
He's up there, sure, and, yeah.
They couldn't wait to get back together. I mean, she didn't pass away that long ago, did they? Them?
It wasn't not too long ago, but at least she had more sense to say, I don't want President, excuse my language, shit there.
Are you blaming HW for not dying sooner?
Well, what do you, no, I'm saying she...
It sounds like you're saying she had sense enough to die because she didn't want to be here under Trump.
No, she had sense enough to say, don't make sure he ain't at the damn funeral. He wasn't welcome at that funeral, is what they were saying. Now, this one, he was okay. I guess she wasn't necessarily the president, but still, she's sort of, America, not royalty, but so to speak, But Daddy Bush, for whatever his reasons, well, he did look miserable there. Did you see the presidency and him sitting there, standing there at a coffin?
I don't know how Daddy Bush's mind was working in the end, but I do hope that he was at least, this'll get that son of a bitch.
Well, he was miserable being there, so maybe that's what he had in mind. And, of course, he's miserable wherever the hell he's at. It don't matter.
The Bushes love torture, so I'm just imagining that it was on purpose.
Yeah.
Well, we think it was Barbara Bush being hard and saying, don't let that SOB come here, but she might have been like, no, let's just spare him. I don't want to put him through that.
Yeah, well, maybe. I don't know. She seemed like a nice woman, yeah.
But yeah, Trump was miserable sitting there with a bunch of presidents who hate him.
Yeah, and he don't like none of them either. Well, he don't like nobody, first off.
If his origin story is really that he felt like he was never accepted in New York society, and that his whole life is to get accepted by society and the swells, like that did not happen. Like he is, like his fans are overawed. I mean, no offense, Jackie.
Well, remember, he gets mad. Remember, said, why they call them the elites? I'm the elites. That's he wants to. That's what he wants to be. He's already jealous of calling. He said, I'm all that.
Yeah, he's never going to get. I hope he's happy with the fans he's got.
Well, he seems to be when he goes there.
I mean, I don't hope that. I hope he's miserable.
Well, but he seems to be plenty happy. He don't care what you look like, what you're wearing, if you screaming his name. It don't seem like he does anyway. Now, is he going to go spend any time with anybody like that? Hell, no. All those people out there, he would not give you the time of day. You can scream his name, hold his sign up and all that. He don't give two damn poops about you. He don't. That come out in the news today. Did you see that? Where they told him what the deficit's going to be and how bad it's going to get. It's $21 trillion, this and that. And he said, well, it wouldn't matter to me. I ain't going to be in office when that all happens. That's what it's saying. Now, that don't surprise me none, but, No.
And if any other president said that, Bush, Daddy Bush, Reagan, Obama, Clinton. Oh, can you imagine if Obama had said that?
Yeah.
That's what everybody thinks about Obama anyway. What do you think he said to Trump?
What do you mean? What does anybody say to him? I don't know. Yeah. I mean, he just shook his hand, sat down. He's at least cordial, yeah. I don't think there was much conversation going on. And if there was going to be conversation, that ain't the place for it. That's for Daddy Bush. That's what everybody said.
Do you think there were people thinking that Obama and Bush Jr. W. had worked out a citizen's arrest plan with Mueller? Like they were going. This is when it was all going to go down. Mueller was going to put the stuff out, and then Obama had been deputized to.
It'd been better if Daddy Bush didn't really die, and he's the one that jumps up out of the casket, throws him on the ground, and handcuffs him. He was head of CIA for a while, wasn't he?
What's the difference between a coffin and a casket?
Coffin, casket. It says, I don't know. Casket seems fancy. Presidential casket. Coffin is, Clint Eastwood asked you to make 4 of them because he's about to shoot some people. That's the difference, I think.
How do you like Daddy Bush?
I like Daddy Bush. I think lots of people like Daddy Bush, even people who don't like him kind of like him. Of course, in hindsight, not a bad president at all, considering, but I know there's a lot of people upset with a lot of things that he did. A lot of people said the drug war was made up. Drug war was a race war. People going into black neighborhoods and whatnot, and there's a little credence to that. I can see that. And then, of course, AIDS.
Wait, are you saying that the CIA? Are you endorsing the theory that the CIA invented crack?
No, I ain't getting into all that. What I'm saying is it was a war on drugs, but it really wasn't. There was money going every which way. He was with the drug. Everybody know about drug cartel and stuff like that.
Oh, they bought that crack in front of the White House.
Yep.
They made that up.
Yep.
They didn't make it up. They just they called that kid over.
Yeah.
Threw him in jail.
I ain't saying the CIA planned it out that way. It was just a war on drugs. All I know, there was plenty of white people doing drugs, and didn't half many of them go to jail for it.
No, but a lot of white people made money.
Yes, they did. A lot of people made money off of drugs. But there wasn't no real war. There wasn't nobody really trying to stop it. It was something to perpetuate, go on,
Well, it was a war in that a lot of people who weren't white got hurt, and a lot of white people made money.
Well, that's wrong. That went on under him, and people have every right to be upset about that. And then
AIDS
gay people, tons and tons of people, not just gay people, all sorts of people died from that for years and years. Nobody even talked about it. When it first come out, all anybody said was jokes about it and stuff because they didn't know anything else.
It is weird that he's catching for this to be part of the legacy for him and Reagan, when at the time there were a lot of people who just kind of lived in ignorance of it, and so you're like, well, nobody did nothing. Well, it's good that people are waking up now to see that we all didn't do a lot of stuff.
If somebody had told us how serious it was or what was going on, and granted, there were some people out there doing that. There were some people.
There was a lot of that, and people weren't paying attention. But
that's true.
It's not an excuse, but it is. Just another failure of Bush. Rest in peace.
In hindsight, 2020 is all I'm saying. I didn't realize any of this at the time. My eyes been open to a few things over here. And when something makes sense, it makes sense. End of story. That's it.
And Willie Horton, that was campaigns, kind of the means.
Racist, all that stuff.
Campaign ran some. Supposed to be a nice guy. Everybody says he's a nice guy, but he ran some pretty rough campaigns.
He did?
Or he enabled some sketchy characters to get in there. And
let's let's just be honest here. Every campaign's pretty nasty in some way or another. That's how you win. Sadly, I don't know how it's come to that, but unfortunately, in this particular country, it has to get nasty. You have to be nasty in order to win. Now, some people get nastier than others. But Bush was just doing, the awful thing he had to do. There's plenty of other people before and after him that's done awful things because they
Gore
want to win.
did start.
I ain't saying it right. I ain't giving it credence. I'm just saying.
Gore come up with that, really hammering that parole program that Dukakis had.
Yep.
Gore started that. Al Gore, Tennessee, and Al Gore brought race into that campaign. Yeah, it's a nasty. But also people are congratulating Bush for being above some of this stuff that he wasn't above. But also, Shouldn't you get some sort of award for being the best of the worst? Like if you're a terrible person, we're not saying George W. Bush,
No.
H.W. Bush was terrible. We're just saying, and when somebody dies and you don't like them and they did a bunch of stuff that actually wasn't that great, but they're still better than the current president, shouldn't you say, could have been worse? I don't think you should get blasted. Actually, I don't care. People get mad on Twitter. People come out and be nice on Twitter. People get mad at you for being nice on Twitter. People write a lot of articles on things you forgot about how bad people were. I'm glad I'm not president because there would be so many articles about stuff everyone had forgot. It's not everybody forgot. You can't say, people had forgot about AIDS.
No.
Now, a lot of people, when they see George H.W. Bush picture, they go, that son of a bitch killed my boyfriend. So they didn't forget.
Yeah. Had a hand in it. You could look at it that way, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he personally, he went, a lot of people upset him going to war. Remember, everybody started putting yellow ribbons on everything again. We went back to war, and a lot of people upset about that, and whether we should have been over there or not, I won't get into that, but at least he, came home when it was over. All right, we did what we were supposed to do, come home.
Anybody wanting a kinder, gentler, even if they weren't being that always kind and that gentle. Seems like if somebody come out and said that now, it doesn't matter who it was. They'd get raked over the coals by everybody. Nobody wants anybody kind or gentle right now.
No.
Seems like somebody should want to be kind and gentle.
Everybody's mad. Nobody wants that right now. They want somebody to knock the hell out of somebody else. That's all anybody wants right now.
I mean, lip service is nice sometimes.
Used to be.
He was no Reagan.
No, I wouldn't say that. He did his best to try to, come in there and be a little Reagan of his own. He did okay, but he ain't no Reagan. No, sir, no.
He was we lost Kim Berry this week also, Mayberry RFD. He was the Mayberry RFD to Reagan's Andy Griffith show.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good answer right there. That's about right, yeah. He's on Mama's Family, too. I never did watch F Troop, but I sure did watch a lot of Mayberry RFD and Mama's Family, yeah.
He could dance. He was a dancer. We're talking about Kim Berry, not Bush. Bush was never, as far as I know, on Mama's Family.
Didn't dance, no.
Didn't dance. Maybe. He jumped out of airplanes. It does seem like, I don't know, maybe it's easy for two. Jackie, maybe it's easy for two good old boys, Southern white guys to get on here and say, man, it's nice to remember the time when George H.W. Bush was president. Maybe it ain't nice for everybody.
I agree. That may be the case.
But it's got to have been better. It's got to have been better, right, than this? It's got to be better, right?
Hope, but I don't know. If you was in prison or dying of AIDS in a hospital, maybe not.
Well, you can say that about any time.
Well, that's true. Yeah, it don't matter what's going on.
Kim Berry, what a dancer, huh?
There's something else I ain't seen nobody talk about Daddy Bush, and I hate to be the one to bring it up, but you talking about good, bad, or whatever. With this Me Too stuff, nobody been talking about that since he died, and I think he just come from a different generation. But he got a reputation of being. This is when he's in the wheelchair and things like that, being a little handsy, so to speak.
What happens when you start losing it and you're?
That's what I'm saying. He's from a different generation. He's up in age. I don't think he was out. He didn't hurt no, well, I can't say he didn't hurt no women. If you grab no, whatever. He like to pinch a bottom or something is what people were saying. But I hadn't heard nobody talking about that now. But he just, that used to be something that we thought was funny when you saw a TV show. So you can't blame him like, the old man's pinching the nurses behind, and it was funny. And then we realized years later, well, not really funny for her.
Yeah, maybe not. Some people had realized it sooner.
But yeah, I think so. Yeah,
like the nurse.
Yeah, right then. Yeah.
Man, it hurts my head. All the things that I should have known.
Got to be considerate for try to be for people anyway. I don't know how. And I ain't saying all this stuff to besmirch his name. I like Daddy Bush. I'm just saying if you're going to talk about the good stuff, you got to talk about all the other stuff, too. You can't just pick one, have it out there. That's what it is.
What happened to Dan Quayle?
At funeral, first time I seen him in years. I don't know.
How was he looking? I didn't see him.
He up there in age. But
Did he talk to Obama?
I didn't see him talk to Obama, man. I mean, I barely saw him.
Did he talk to Trump?
Probably not.
Did somebody try to explain who Quayle was to Trump?
I'm sure nobody did. Everybody gonna waste their time doing that.
I mean, Trump's walking away from, like, the president of Argentina. He ain't going to sit there and talk to Dan Quayle. What's with Trump wandering away from everybody?
Well, just like I was saying about Daddy Bush, get to a certain age, like I said, if he goes into having dementia or something like that, how the hell anybody ever gonna know? Well, nobody gonna know. He wanders off. And that's what old people, that's the reason they used to put people in a home, for that reason right there. Where's he at? Only out in the street somewhere. Well, they can't keep this up.
A jail is kind of like a home.
Well, he'd be locked up. He'd be safe there. Yeah, I think that'd be probably good, something for his family to consider anyway.
They ain't never going to put Trump in jail. I mean, not Trump, Donald Trump, Daddy Trump. Trump Jr., they'll probably put him in jail.
He'd probably go to jail, yeah.
Yeah, he might, boo. Is he in all that redacted stuff? Well, tell me about this redacted stuff,
It's
Jack.
all blacked out. Now, I don't know a whole lot about it. This is old Flynn, and everybody's saying that's what don't make any sense. All the people that want Trump locked up are saying, look at all this blacked out here. This looks bad for the president. And then on the other side, Hannity's sitting there looking at it, going, that's blacked out. That's good. That's good. They don't say collusion or nothing in it one time. It ain't there. So, they gonna say it whatever way it is. But if they said he's been helping out for so long, and evidently helping out with 2 other cases besides the Russian one, that don't look good for nobody. I'm sorry. It ain't no good or bad. I mean, well, it's bad depending on Trump is bad, I think. And Flynn was the first one just to lie down immediately. Do you know, he was the first one to, what they call him, a flip or whatever. He was the first one to all right. Now, he been in the military, worked in the government his whole life. He knows what the hell he's up against. The rest of these idiots don't have a clue. I was reading, I think he agreed to cooperate real quick as soon as it was time, as soon as he had to sit down, as soon as he got caught lying.
The others are just crooks.
That's
He
all.
actually had a job.
He had a job, and he also, I'm sure he knows Mueller by reputation, and he also knows how the government works. He knows what happened. He knows everything that Trump, Giuliani spat out on the computer or on TV don't mean a damn lick of nothing in a court of law. He knows that.
Yeah, he was just a soldier who hung out with, but he really hung out with those.
He did.
He got really into it.
He should be ashamed of himself. He was working. That's treason as far as I'm concerned. And he must have helped them out a whole lot, because if they're saying 0 jail time, he was looking at 50, 60 years. And from what I hear, no prosecutor in the right mind is going to let you walk away from none of that. But I guess he must have done all that stuff that they blacked out must have said, he did this, and then he helped do this, and then, remember when he did this? And, of course, we're going to be able to put this person away for the rest of their lives because he said this. That's all blacked out. He did something to get 0 time.
What happened to, didn't he have a dumbass son, too? What happened to that son?
Well, he managed to get him to be quiet on the computer because he kept getting him in trouble. As soon as he got, indicted, they quiet down pretty quick. But his son was one of them Pizzagate people. Remember, his son thought there was children, and he was out there helping spread that go around. Flynn's spreading stuff around out there to lock her up. Everybody's saying that, But let me tell you here, that man wasn't a politician now. He didn't have the experience of going on stage and people chanting and hollering and screaming your name. That's exciting when it first happens to anybody, like you do. And I don't think he was thinking about what he was saying. He just knew that was like a greatest hits. When he does concert, he has to say that and everybody gets to hollering. I don't think he knew it was going to turn around and bite him in the rear end as bad as it is now.
It's fun to be up on stage.
What did he say? He said, if I'd have done a fifth of what she did, or just a little, barely anything of what she did, I'd be in prison for the rest of my life. Well, I guess you did, and a little bit more. But you may not be going to prison, because hopefully you told him who the rest of the criminal is. But that's what I'm thinking happened, because like Flynn knows, he is well aware of what he's up against, where the rest of them are just idiots. They don't know. Roger Stone don't know shit. Excuse my language.
Speaking of idiots and old people wandering away, Biden said he was the most qualified person could run for president.
Any other time he would said that, I'd laugh for 4 or 5 hours. But right now, I'm like, well, I guess so. I don't know how I can vote for a Republican anymore unless they run somebody against him. Maybe it'd be Nikki Haley. She might get my vote if she does, But no, I can't vote for her because she actually worked for the SOB. Excuse my language.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. They'd have to get somebody like The Rock.
I don't know who they're going to get. I can't vote. The GOP has backed this man or whatever it is in the White House for this long. I can't get on board whatever. They're going to have to be something else because I can't have nothing to do with it.
If The Rock got nominated as president and he come in there and he run through the Senate and Congress and threw every Republican out a window, and he said, I'm the Republicans now, then yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be tricky to get my vote.
Yeah. I sit there and watch you decided to back a criminal over your own country. That you don't deserve my vote. You don't deserve any of my money. You don't deserve nothing.
Not even a smart
criminal. The worst, the dumbest one.
How does he command any loyalty at all? That's what I don't understand. All these people seem to be so loyal to him. Like, why?
Well, they thought he was. They got confused. They thought he represented the GOP. No, it's the other way around.
I guess also he is the president, so he can pardon him. So that's
part of it.
Another way to get loyalty. Also, if you're racist or fascist, like you need like a guy at the top. That's kind of built into the whole structure.
That's how it works. Boss, you got to have it trickles down from there.
Big racist fascist.
So he been a big benefit to those particular groups. Yeah,
it's pretty much the only people. Also, the mafia. They have.
You got the Godfather and the rest of them down.
Yeah, you always have a boss up there. So if you're a criminal, a racist, or a fascist, that would make sense.
You got to have somebody in charge, yeah.
Nobody else, I don't think, is loyal. Not his family or...
Well, did we talk about his lawyer, his buddy, take a bullet for him? He did a plea. I can't remember. So much happens so often. He did the plea deal, and Lord knows what he's told them. Now, here's the thing not a lot of people talking about. They went over that bank. What is over in Europe? What is it?
Deutsche Bank.
Went to
Deutsche Bank.
They went to
Deutsche Bank.
Deutsche Bank. Those banks.
Deutsche Bank.
They went over there and got into that, and that's where a bunch of money is. They're following money somewhere, and that's what Watergate was. Remember, that's what they told.
In that movie, they said, follow that money, son.
Money, yeah. Get it?
Sniff that Skrilla out.
That's what they're doing.
That's what they'd say if they made it now. Sniff that Skrilla out, son.
Sniff what?
That Skrilla out.
What? I don't know.
Sniff out that Skrilla, son.
Skrilla? What?
You want to talk about? Let's talk about hotbeds of just the worst of, just sort of sordid, the worst of humanity. Let's talk about places where we're seeing some of the worst of humanity. Let's talk about Saudi Arabia.
Oh, yeah, he gonna kill whoever he wants to, yeah.
North Carolina.
That's a cheat. That right there, there's another reason not to vote for GOP, nothing. That's just, why do you want to even be in politics if you don't believe how it works? I mean, why would you want to be in office if you knew that there was no way you could ever win? It don't make any sense to me.
I guess if you think you're the most qualified,
well,
and you think that your opponent's going to kill a bunch of babies, you should just get in there by any means necessary.
I guess
or
so.
before the people who won come in, like in Wisconsin, just change all the laws so that, like, say, the new law is the governor's office is locked, but the governor doesn't get the key.
Very much.
That's the law.
Yep.
If that's the law. If you don't like the law, change the law. I got to be in my office, I think, to change the law.
Well, people ain't going to be able to figure this out until they vote all these damn idiots out. That's the only way you do it. You want a law changed, you got to put somebody in there that wants to change it, because they ain't going to let you do nothing.
No.
So it may be short-term benefit to them, but in the long run, people are going to be like, the hell with this. I voted for, that's what I think anyway. I think people get sick and tired of it. Of course, I thought they would have been sick of it by now.
Well, I mean, once they figure out the voter fraud situation in this country, they'll get down to the real voter fraud. But they got to do the other voter fraud first.
Right.
And then they'll do the real
The one that ain't, real.
I mean, that's a lot to investigate. All over the country, it's hundreds
They
of
investigated. He put a whole, the stupid president put together a thing, him and Kansas.
Better safe than sorry.
They looked into all the nothing, and it just collapsed. It just folded. There wasn't nothing to find.
A chance. Like, with the real, we got evidence and people in their socks on their porch. With the fake, we got nothing. We got a lot of work to do. So we better work on that first, then we'll come back to the real one.
Yeah.
That's probably all the news we got. I don't see nothing else on here we want to talk about. Kim Berry, we talked about. Sessions says he's done with politics.
Well, we do want to give our condolences, and I didn't mean to bring up all this bad stuff. Bush did some good stuff too, and I care for the family, so my condolences. He seemed like a decent man, and I honestly do believe he loved his country, which is something that those are just two qualities I miss.
Hey, anybody gets in that president office, they gotta shake. Things don't always. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
Yeah, that's true.
You gotta have. Nobody wants just an eggless omelet. That ain't nothing.
That's just what is it? That's just a bowl of stuff.
Like maybe some peppers.
Gotta have something to hold it together. Yeah.
Listen, Twitter needs somebody to be mad at. He could have been the best. I don't know. What are you supposed to do when somebody dies?
I don't know. I just, like I said, wish condolences and,
I mean, people like Reagan. I mean, now everybody's like, he was a good man. He was a good man. But back then, even people like Reagan were like, are we just going along with this? Is this going to happen? All right. People weren't like 100% into it.
Yeah.
But he does seem like a definite look. Things change. You remember things, you're like, shit, that shouldn't have done that. But also you remember like, yeah, he seems pretty good compared to this.
A lot of people love Bill Clinton for years and years. Now, he ain't dead. I don't mean to even go into that. But, people love Bill Clinton. A lot of people used to love him now. Look at how he acted and behaved and thinking, well, I wouldn't,
I was misinformed on this.
Yeah, that don't seem. I mean, actually, I knew that he.
I had all the details.
Had all the details,
I was still misinformed.
That a man would.
I just thought that was okay. It was a problem. I thought that was okay.
Well, at the time, a lot of people did.
I thought there was other stuff happening too.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
Yep.
People.
So when he dies, that's all anybody going to be talking about. Let me just say that right now. Him and his criminal wife will be the.
Lock her up.
Yep.
I didn't mean that was ironic.
Well, I know you didn't mean it, but I just
want to call it out. I don't want. When I die, I don't know what people are going to play. They're going to play clips of this and be like, that son of a bitch wasn't even nice to Bush when he died.
Yeah, maybe.
He just said he thought it was cool that Clinton was balance of power and all over Monica Lewinsky's dress.
Why?
Wow, my funeral's going to be awful.
Well, as awful as it will be, it won't be as bad as Trump's. just have to say goodbye, friend. Saying bye-bye always brings us down. But our bags are packed and we have to leave town. A postcard to you we will send if a stamp to us you'll lend, so we can write and say goodbye, 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 goodbye,
I never hear the music come in like that when we're not talking. Usually we're talking over it, but
I
it's,
know,
not, it's pretty.
I mean, it's, yeah, I like it. Works out right there, yeah. Like that.
Oh, those chimes.
Little wind chimes there, yeah.
It goes on for a bit.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.